Sunland Park's premier racing event is the Grade 3 Sunland Derby. The focus is on the $800,000 in graded stakes money that will secure someone's spot in the Kentucky Derby. That elevated stature is due in no small part to Sunland Park alumnus Mind That Bird, 50-to-1 winner of the 2009 Run for the Roses. And as expected, Derby fever is rampant as 6 of the 9 runners shipped in from other tracks. Race favorite Conveyance was an impressive sight as he prepared to defend his perfect 4-for-4 record. Trainer Kelly Breen brought Nacho Friend from New York 2 weeks early, and for the purest of reasons.
The purse is so good at it, it's a win and you're in race. You know, you win the race and you're in the Kentucky Derby, so we're doing all we can do to get to Kentucky Derby.
With a name like Nacho Fred, he'll be very popular here. Stabled in the same barn is the gray Tempted to Tap It, who seems to be saying, Nacho, you're never going to pass me. Trainer Steve Kloseris hopes his gelding cleans up in the race as well. Endorsement's trainer Shannon Ritter is another who gallops her own horses. She believes it gives her an edge.
Sometimes you can, pick up things you might not be able to see, so I try to do, I get kind of the best of both worlds there.
So with everyone settled in, the first order of business was the post position draw. Trainer Todd Fincher's son Bailey tried out the Chip Woolley look, quite popular with Mind That Bird fans. There was no selection process this year. Posts were chosen by an old-fashioned pill pull and expertly displayed for all to see. The annual Sunland Derby Gala is held the evening before the race and serves as a fundraiser for United Blood Services. One of those honored was Leonard Block, co-owner of Mind That Bird. There's Sunland Park owner Stan Fulton talking with the keynote speaker, Jerry Rice. The Pro Football Hall of Famer not only spoke, he modeled autograph auction items and demonstrated some of the techniques learned on Dancing with the Stars. Rice's participation helped bring the fun and fundraising to new heights. Now to race day, which offered perfect weather conditions to a record crowd. They came to see the horses, but also to root for some premier trainers and jockeys. Now there's a new meaning for racing form coverage. Tyler Bays was in from California and took the honors aboard Harissa in the Sunland Park Oaks. Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert brought Martin Garcia to ride his 3 stakes horses. Their day started off really good as Freedom Star won the Harry Henson Memorial. Top New York rider David Cohen was back in town to partner with Tempted to Tap It. And Robbie Alvarado, regular rider for 2-time Horse of the Year Curlin, made his Sunland Park debut, as did Jersey Joe Bravo, who actually got his start at Bush Tracks in Texas.
You know what's really funny? These old-time riders that are riding here right now, I was the runner before I ever started riding. I was the runner. They didn't have a Jock's Room kitchen, and I'd go get them their sodas, their hamburgers, or French fries, whatever they wanted, and I was the little kid running around getting them food.
Now he's the leading jockey in New Jersey. And there they are, all the top riders ready for the Sunland Derby. Race favorite Conveyance proved to be a handful for Bob Baffert to saddle. Fortunately, things were quieter for number 5 Endorsement, carefully watched by co-owners Bill and Susan Kasner. And Tempted to Tap It looks ready to get his share of that $800 grand. Meanwhile, Sunland Park favorites Henry Dominguez and jockey Luis Contreras await Stormin' Saint, who expressed his own feelings about the race. But now all the riders are up, and time for the call to the post. And here's the post parade from race caller Robert Geller.
Number 1, Storming Saint, is owned by Lathrop Hoffman and trained by Henry Dominguez, and is to be ridden by Luis Contreras. Number 2, Nacho Friend, is owned by George and Laurie Hall, trained by Kelly Breen, the rider Joe Bravo. Number 3, Conveyance, in the barn of Bob Baffert for Zabeel Racing International Corporation and Martin Garcia, the rider. Number 4 is McKenna's Justice, owned by Judge Lania Racing, trained by Chris Hartman, the jockey Ken Tohill. Number 5, Endorsement, owned by Winstar Farm, LLC, Bill Kasner et al., trainer Shannon Ritter, rider Robbie Alvarado. Number 6, Classical Slew, is raced by Joseph Lacombe Stable Incorporated, trained by Doug O'Neill. The jockey is Tyler Bays. 7, Fog Alert, Thomas R. Capehart owner, trainer Brant Taylor, the rider Alfredo Juarez Jr. Number 8, Guilt by Association for Bongo Racing Stable, Gary Broad, David Johnson, trainer Todd Fincher, the rider Isaias Enriquez. And number 9, Tempted to Tap It, is owned by Gainesway Stable, trained by Steve Klasaris, rider David Cohen. That's the field for the $800,000 guaranteed Sunland Derby Grade 3 home here to the 2009 Kentucky Derby winner.
With that done, Robert can prepare for his race call while a huge crowd tries to finalize their selections. What's needed here is some professional help. Time for the opinion of the all-seeing, all-knowing Sunland Steve on the Sunland Derby.
Tom, you're giving me too much credit, but I like the 3-horse Conveyance. I think this horse can jump out of the gate, clear this field, has exercised that type of speed in the past races. I think that's your winner, Conveyance.
Well, the public certainly agrees. As they approach the gate, Conveyance is the 7-10 favorite. Nacho Friend, second choice at 3-1, with Tempted to Tap It at 9-2.